Well, I've been having just a jolly time ripping up command blocks. I think I've done a good 500 or so from this little area, and oh, there's still all the ones above me to rip out and convert to data packs. But I think we'll leave that be, and we'll do something a little bit different in this little episode. So, I want to sort of go over how exactly I turn an idea into a command block system. So, this idea is not my own. It is from a delightful commentator, Flowery. Sorry, I have very hard time speaking, apparently. No, I have a very difficult time with R's and L's, so Flowery, I can't really say properly. So do forgive me for butchering it, but the little sunflower from is it sunflower or is it a dandelion? From Undertale. Either way, their idea, they want a way for a wolf companion to survive, essentially. So if a wolf is tamed and then unfortunately meets its end, they want them to not die, but enter a totem-like state, allow them to regen, and then act as a tamed wolf again. So in essence, it's a fairly simple concept that we need to execute. One, we need to obviously detect when it's dying or dead, turn off its AI, heal it, and then turn back on its AI. Did I say turn on its AI? I mean turn off its AI, heal it, and then turn the AI back on. You get me, you get me. So, what can we do? Well, I need a little box. Right here will do fine. Let's put a wolf, and let's take a look at their data. So this is usually my starting point, is I get the data's entity. Also, I need to enter the data. There we are. So we've got our wolf, and then I look at all the different things and try to figure out what exactly I could utilize to detect something. So in this case, we want to detect its death. So we've got this death time, 0 seconds. Now the issue with this is it has a normal state. So currently it's 0s or seconds, and then it has a dynamic state. And you can't use command blocks to generally detect a dynamic state because it happens too quickly. So for instance, we couldn't just do, I believe it counts upwards till it gets to 20, and then that's the end of the death animation. So we can't just do, execute at wolf if death time, is 1. We could possibly do an inverse statement. So for instance, if we did execute at entity, make sure we set the type to wolf, so it's not just detecting anything, and then chuck in the NPD data. So it was death time, and we'll do 0s. So right now, this should detect the well, not at, we should do if entity is the correct terminology. Okay, so as long as there is a wolf in the world that is alive, because death time 0, it should run, say, hi. So we turn it on, and it says hi. Turn it off. Now, if we made it the inverse statement, this is generally how I detect dynamic values within Minecraft. So we just blacklist. So anytime it's not in this set state of 0, it should say hi. This is where we run into an issue, because as I've learnt, entities that are dying cannot be executed at or detected with commands. They no longer count as an entity, which is really troublesome because it means we can't actually use this system to get the wolf to do what we want. So instead, there's another very, very simple solution, and you might recognize it because it's obviously how players survive when they do die. So Totems of Undying. Yes, they do work on all mobs as long as they're in the offhand. So for instance, I believe I have the command copied. Yeah, perfect. We'll come in here. Ooh. Try again without the slash. Okay, so this wolf has a Totem of Undying in its offhand, I believe. Of course, it's not rendered, so you can't see it. But breaks, they get the effect, and they regen. So simple. That's problem solved. All we really need to do is give a mob a Totem of Undying, and anytime they're fatally hurt, they will heal up. But where's the fun in that? No, that's not fun at all. It needs to be some sort of special system, because obviously, what would be the point? It'd be super simple just to give every mob a Totem of Undying. Heck, I could just make a command that's, anytime a Totem of Undying is thrown on the ground, it is transplanted, so to speak, into the item slot of the entity it's nearest to. But no, we are going to do something a little bit better with that and come up with a proper system, as well as a crafting system. So I do like my crafting system to make a special version of the Totem of Undying for you to utilize with mobs. Okay, so I'm going to get to work, and then we'll go through the steps. Right, that's step 1 done. We can go ahead and delete that, paste in our new version, given to, ooh, hint hint, Okay, and the next thing we do have to make it fancy, so we need some particles and some cleanup. So sound effect, particle, and then this one deletes the other two items used for the crafting. So I'll go ahead and paste them in. Right, and then nice and simple, all I have to do is paste in the NBT data of our special item. So comma, paste, I think I doubled up on the comma. I did. Cool, so I don't need a comma. Same with all of these, and then we should be right to actually craft the item. So if we head up top, we can grab out our Totem of Undying, our Boss Soul, which actually I've got some here. Where am I looking for? I'm over there. And also we need a Turtle Egg. So Turtle Egg, we can go ahead and get rid of some of the other junk in my inventory. Totem of Undying. And then, where are we going? Up here. Cool. So in order to craft our special totem, or mob totem, we need to throw in a soul, turtle egg, and our Totem of Undying. Fingers crossed, this should work. It has the priority in crafting, instead of actually giving it the other sort of circumstance. So there we go, nice particle effect, and we get ourselves an Egg of Rebirth. So empowered, this egg will grant divine protection to any mob it's given to. So, that's obviously the next step we have to tackle. We need to be able to drop this and then give any mob it comes into contact with a Totem of Undying. But a special Totem of Undying that we can then sort of trigger a unique set of effects rather than the normal Totem of Undying. That way we can add in some nice particles, maybe some better potion effects, and of course toggle on and off the AI, because that is the main thing to make it fair. Just give them a totem-like state. That was the initial requirement or comment by, again, I'm going to butcher it, Flowery. Sorry. One, detecting when the egg is on the ground, so execute at the egg, and then it's going to run data modify on the closest entity that isn't a player or an entity that isn't really an entity. I like to call them mobless. And it's going to give them a Totem of Undying in their offhand. So for instance, if we summon a husk in a nice little holding pen, yeah, husk, throw an egg down, perfect. We can see it's giving them the totem. So that is step 1 done. Step 2 is make the totem something a bit more special. All we have to do is essentially give it a name or a little bit of lore data that I can find with another command. 2, we need to delete the egg. We don't want it to obviously just continuously trigger. And then what else? Oh yeah, these special effects. So I'm going to set that up and then we'll go through them. Totem detection, good and working. Right, so it turns out no AI is kind of no fun, because you can't do anything fancy with it. And you can also see I've gone through quite a lot of eggs testing, so why don't we just show off what it does. So you throw it out, you can now see there's a sparkly effect indicating the entity that has got the egg, because you won't always be able to see what's in their hand for some entities. We go ahead and kill him. Ah, perfect. He floats up, has a nice little heart particle, floats down. To counteract the no AI, I've gone with weakness 9 and slowness 9. This means that they can't deal damage, and they also can't move at all. So it's almost like they have no AI. And then, also, as you saw, add the particle. We can probably get rid of all of this now and do some proper testing. I think you've got one too anyway. No, never mind. You unfortunately did not. Okay, so if we throw down a wolf, and then we give it an egg, sparkles, perfect. Has a totem, we can finish it off, floats up, is locked in place, and has some nice little heart particles. And then when they're gone, we know it's all healed up. Well, not fully. I did also use instant health, so it does get a little boost along with the, I think it's 40 seconds of regeneration the Totem of Undying gives. But if I go ahead and grab out a rabbit, we can see the no AI properly. What can I get rid of? I can get rid of that. Okay, so obviously rabbits. Wolf wants a rabbit. Wolf kills the rabbit. We give it a new egg. Stop moving, please. Give it a new egg. Gets its sparkly effect. Rabbits. And then we'll just go after the rabbit so I can see it. Perfect. So I was trying to move after the rabbit. It's frozen. Still can't move after the rabbit. And then all healed up and it can go after the rabbit. Said rabbit a lot. Perfect. But yeah, so hopefully that is good enough. We can also go add it to our chest up here of special crafting recipes. I think I've got everything I need. No, I'm missing the totem. Totem. Get rid of that. So in here, nope, not that one. In here is all some special unique crafting using our little shulk totem, catalyst, whatever you want to call it. So Totem of Undying plus a... Oh, we need to put here. Plus a Boss Soul, make it a full stack, plus some normal eggs that don't actually have turtle. And gets us our Eggs of Rebirth. So we'll shut off again just one more time, make it nice and simple, get 3 slots. The Boss Soul, that is the wrong egg. Ooh. Well, it should get destroyed and grant some sort of mob immunity. Okay, so Boss Soul, 1 egg and a totem. We have to wait. I do need to up the timer. It's like 12 seconds at the moment, which is not too great. I slowed it all down so it didn't cause too much tick lag. There we go. Always makes me feel like it's not working. How long I have to wait. And of course it's gone to our other spot. But yeah, so we got our Egg of Rebirth, and again, powered. This egg will grant divine protection to any mob it's given to. We did start off just making it for wolves, but you can give it to iron golems, anything. You can give it to undead mobs. We'll probably end up putting in both instant damage and instant health, so it does obviously work with undead mobs. But yeah, we drop the egg on the ground. If you stop moving, you get some nice sparkly particle effects, and then the next time you are fatally wounded and not under a staircase, please. Crux. They get the little heart particles, little up and down motion, and then they're stuck in place for 5 seconds while they regen, and then they're good to go.